tell me something. What's more dangerous than a man who doesn't recognize the value of the woman standing right in front of him? A high-value woman isn't just beautiful. She's unforgettable, magnetic, and irreplaceable. The kind of woman who can change a man's entire life or leave it shattered when he realizes too late what he lost. In this video, I'm going to reveal the 15 powerful qualities of a high-value woman that men should never, ever let slip away. Because once she's gone, she's not coming back. And trust me, every man who loses her eventually regrets it. So lean in, get comfortable, and let's dive into the psychology and secrets of what really makes a woman high value. 1. She knows her worth. A high-value woman doesn't beg for validation. She knows exactly what she brings to the table. Men find this intimidating, yet irresistible. Why? Because nothing is more powerful than a woman who doesn't need anyone to define her. She wakes up every morning knowing she's enough. She doesn't check her phone desperately hoping for a text that validates her existence. She doesn't change her entire personality to fit someone else's expectations. This isn't arrogance, it's self-awareness, and there's a massive difference. Think about it. When was the last time you met a woman who genuinely didn't need your approval? It's rare, isn't it? That's because most people, men and women, are walking around with invisible holes in their hearts, desperately seeking external validation to fill the void. But a high-value woman? She's already whole. The second a man feels she could walk away without hesitation, he's hooked. Men are biologically wired to pursue what feels scarce and valuable. When a woman knows her worth, she becomes the ultimate prize. She's not playing hard to get. She simply is hard to get. And that authenticity is what separates her from women who are just pretending. 2. She has standards, not just preferences. A high-value woman doesn't settle for crumbs. She doesn't just want attention. She demands respect, loyalty, and effort. Men who try to play games with her quickly realize she's playing a game they can't win. There's a crucial distinction here. Preferences are flexible. I prefer tall men, or I like guys who are funny. Standards are non-negotiable. I require honesty, or I demand emotional maturity. A high-value woman has clear, unwavering standards that protect her peace and her future. She won't accept breadcrumbing, where a man gives her just enough attention to keep her interested, but never enough to feel secure. She won't tolerate being someone's maybe or backup plan. She won't make excuses for a man's poor behavior or convince herself that his potential is more important than his actions. When a man encounters her standards, he faces a choice: level up or lose her. Most men have never had to truly work for a woman's love and respect. They're used to women who negotiate their own boundaries, who accept less than they deserve because they fear being alone. But a high-value woman would rather be alone than settle for mediocrity. 3. She's mysterious. She doesn't reveal everything at once. High-value women know that mystery creates desire. They don't post every detail of their lives online, and they don't overshare. Instead, they leave men wondering, what's she thinking? What's she hiding? And that psychological tension keeps men chasing. In our oversharing culture, mystery has become revolutionary. While everyone else is broadcasting their breakfast, their feelings, and their drama for the world to see, a high-value woman maintains an air of intrigue. She understands that revelation is a gift that should be earned, not freely given to anyone with an internet connection. This doesn't mean she's deceptive or manipulative. She's simply selective. She shares her thoughts and experiences with people who have proven they deserve access to her inner world. She knows that the most powerful stories are the ones whispered, not shouted. Men become obsessed with solving the puzzle she presents. They find themselves thinking about her during random moments throughout their day, wondering what makes her tick, what she's passionate about, what secrets hide behind her smile. This psychological investment is what transforms casual interest into genuine obsession. 4. She's independent but not cold. A high-value woman builds her own life, career, passions, and dreams. She's not waiting for a man to save her. Yet when she chooses to let a man in, he feels like he's been invited into her kingdom. That's power. Independence without warmth creates walls that no one can scale. But a high-value woman has mastered the delicate balance between self-sufficiency and openness. She's built something beautiful on her own, a fulfilling career. Meaningful friendships, hobbies she's passionate about, dreams she's actively pursuing. When she meets a man, she's not interviewing him for the role of life savior. She's evaluating whether he would be a valuable addition to an already amazing life. This perspective completely changes the dynamic. Instead of trying to fill a void in her life, she's considering whether he enhances what she's already created. Men sense this difference immediately. There's no pressure to be her everything, but there's also the exciting challenge of proving he belongs in her world. She makes it clear that she wants him, not needs him, and that distinction makes all the difference.
5. She's feminine in her own way. Femininity isn't just looks, it's an energy, a softness, a magnetic presence. A high-value woman can walk into a room and command attention without ever raising her voice. Men don't forget this kind of presence. Femininity has nothing to do with weakness and everything to do with a unique energy that complements rather than competes with masculine energy. It's the way she moves through the world with grace, the way she can be strong without being harsh, powerful without being aggressive. This isn't about conforming to outdated stereotypes or playing a role that doesn't feel authentic. A high-value woman expresses her femininity in whatever way feels true to her, whether that's through her nurturing nature, her intuitive wisdom, her creative expression, or her emotional intelligence. Think about it. Have you ever noticed how the most unforgettable women aren't always the prettiest, but the ones who own their energy?
She understands that femininity is magnetic because it offers something that masculine energy cannot provide. Where masculine energy builds and conquers, feminine energy flows and inspires. Where masculine energy structures and protects, feminine energy nurtures and transforms. Together, these energies create something more powerful than either could achieve alone.
6. She's loyal, but only to the right man. A high-value woman won't give loyalty to someone who hasn't earned it. But when she does, it's unshakable. Men crave this level of devotion, but most lose it because they take it for granted. Loyalty isn't something she hands out like free samples at the grocery store. It's earned through consistency, respect, and genuine care. She's watched too many women give their unwavering loyalty to men who haven't proven they deserve it, only to be taken for granted or betrayed. But when a man does earn her loyalty through his actions, not just his words, she becomes his most powerful ally. She'll stand by him through challenges, celebrate his victories as if they were her own, and protect their relationship from outside threats. This isn't blind loyalty. It's conscious devotion to someone who has proven worthy of it.
The tragedy is that most men don't recognize this gift until it's gone. They assume her loyalty is guaranteed, so they stop doing the things that earned it in the first place. They start taking shortcuts, making assumptions, and prioritizing other things. By the time they realize what they've lost, she's already walking away. 7. She inspires him to be better. The right man feels like he can conquer the world with her by his side. She pushes him to level up, not through nagging, but by simply being the type of woman he doesn't want to lose. A high-value woman doesn't try to change a man. She inspires transformation. There's a massive difference. Trying to change someone creates resistance and resentment. Inspiring transformation creates motivation and growth. She does this not through criticism or demands, but through her very presence. Her standards inspire him to meet them. Her belief in his potential motivates him to reach for it. Her example of excellence challenges him to pursue his own. When a man is with a high-value woman, he naturally wants to become the best version of himself because he recognizes that she deserves nothing less. He starts taking better care of his health, pursuing his goals more aggressively, and eliminating toxic behaviors that don't align with the man he wants to be for her. 8. She controls her emotions. Unlike women who spiral into drama, a high-value woman can regulate her emotions. She knows when to walk away instead of exploding. This emotional discipline drives men crazy because she's unshakable. Emotional regulation doesn't mean emotional suppression. A high-value woman feels deeply, but she doesn't let her emotions control her decisions. She's mastered the art of feeling her feelings without being hijacked by them. When conflict arises, she doesn't resort to screaming, manipulation, or passive-aggressive behavior. She communicates her needs clearly, sets boundaries firmly, and removes herself from situations that don't serve her. This level of emotional maturity is both attractive and intimidating to men who are used to drama-filled relationships. Her emotional stability creates a safe space where genuine intimacy can flourish. Men feel like they can be vulnerable with her because they trust she won't weaponize their emotions against them later. She knows how to be playful. She can laugh, tease, and enjoy the moment. High value doesn't mean boring, it means balanced. She can switch from deep conversations to playful banter in a heartbeat. That unpredictability is addicting. A high-value woman understands that life is meant to be enjoyed, not just endured. She can be serious when the situation calls for it, but she never forgets how to play. She teases without being cruel, jokes without being inappropriate, and brings lightness to even the most stressful situations. This playfulness isn't childish, it's refreshing. In a world full of people taking themselves too seriously, she offers a reprieve. She can turn a mundane grocery shopping trip into an adventure, transform a stressful day into an opportunity for laughter, and remind everyone around her that joy is a choice. Every man wants a woman who feels like both a lover and a best friend. That duality, that's what makes her unforgettable.
Men are drawn to women who can match their energy in any situation: intellectual discussions over coffee, silly dancing in the kitchen, passionate debates about topics they care about, or quiet moments of comfortable silence.
She doesn't chase. A high-value woman doesn't blow up a man's phone, doesn't beg for his attention. She gives space, and ironically, that's what makes men crave her even more. The psychology is simple. Scarcity creates value. Chasing repels, attracting draws. A high-value woman understands this fundamental principle of human psychology. She doesn't double text when he doesn't respond immediately. She doesn't plan her entire schedule around his availability. She doesn't sacrifice her own life to accommodate his every whim. This isn't game playing, it's self-respect in action. She has her own life, her own interests, and her own priorities. If a man wants to be part of that life, he needs to add value to it, not complicate it. Men are biologically wired to pursue. When a woman chases, she reverses the natural dynamic and triggers his flight response. But when she simply lives her amazing life and allows him to pursue her, she activates his deepest instincts to win her over. 11. She commands respect everywhere. It's not just how she treats her man. It's how she treats strangers, friends, family, and even herself. A high-value woman walks in respect, and that makes her impossible to replace. Respect isn't something she demands with her words, it's something she commands with her presence. She treats the CEO and the janitor with equal dignity. She speaks to waiters the same way she speaks to her boss. She maintains her composure even when others lose theirs. This consistent character reveals her true nature. Anyone can be charming when they want something or when they're being watched. But a high-value woman maintains her integrity regardless of the audience or the circumstances. Men notice how she treats people who can't do anything for her. They observe how she handles stress, disappointment, and conflict. They see that her kindness isn't a strategy, it's simply who she is. 12. She's selective with her body. In a world where attention is cheap, her intimacy is rare. She doesn't give herself to just anyone. And men know this. When she chooses them, it feels like winning the lottery. Physical intimacy is sacred to a high-value woman. She doesn't use her body to gain attention, validation, or temporary affection. She understands that her physical presence is a gift that should be treasured, not taken for granted. This selectivity isn't about judgment or shame, it's about self-worth. She knows that intimacy without emotional connection is empty, that physical attraction without deeper compatibility is fleeting, and that giving her body to someone who doesn't value her heart is a recipe for regret. When she does choose to be intimate with a man, it's because she's decided he's worthy of that level of vulnerability and trust. This makes the experience profound for both of them, creating a bond that casual encounters can never replicate. She has a strong sense of boundaries. If a man disrespects her, she won't scream or argue. She'll simply walk away. And nothing terrifies a man more than realizing she's not afraid to leave. Boundaries aren't walls. They're gates with very specific entry requirements. A high-value woman knows exactly what she will and won't tolerate, and she communicates these limits clearly. More importantly, she enforces them consistently. When someone crosses her boundaries, she doesn't engage in lengthy debates about why they shouldn't have done it. She doesn't try to convince them to respect her. She simply removes access to herself until they demonstrate they can honor her limits. This isn't punishment, it's self-preservation. She's learned that people treat you the way you teach them to treat you. By maintaining strong boundaries, she teaches everyone in her life that she's not available for disrespect, manipulation, or games. 14. She's supportive without losing herself. She'll support a man's goals, but never at the cost of her own. That balance makes her priceless. Men feel her strength and her softness, and it's that combination that's rare. Supporting someone doesn't mean sacrificing yourself. A high-value woman can be a man's biggest cheerleader while still pursuing her own dreams. She can encourage his ambitions while maintaining her own. She can be his safe harbor while still navigating her own storms. This balance creates a partnership of equals rather than a relationship of dependence. She doesn't lose herself in his world. She creates a space where both of their worlds can coexist and flourish. You see, any woman can stand by you when it's easy, but a high-value woman stands by you while still standing tall herself. Men respect this kind of support because it comes from strength, not weakness. They know she's choosing to support them, not defaulting to it out of fear or insecurity. This makes her support more meaningful and her presence more valuable. 15. She's rare. Most men will never find a woman like this, and when they do, only a smart man will recognize her before it's too late. A high-value woman is not loud about her worth, but once you lose her, you'll never find another quite like her. In a world of filters and facades, authenticity is revolutionary. In a culture of instant gratification, standards are rebellious. In a society that rewards lagness, quiet confidence is magnetic. A high-value woman embodies all of these rare qualities. She's not rare because she's perfect. She's rare because she's real. She's done the work on herself. She's faced her demons, healed her wounds, and built something beautiful from the pieces. She's learned from her mistakes without becoming cynical, maintained her softness without becoming weak. Most people, men and women, are still figuring themselves out, still seeking external validation, still trying to fill internal voids with external solutions. A high-value woman has moved beyond these basic needs and operates from a place of wholeness. The tragedy of recognition. The saddest part about high-value women is that most men don't recognize them until they're gone. They're so used to drama, games, and dysfunction that they mistake peace for boring, standards for pickiness, and independence for coldness. They choose the woman who creates chaos over the one who brings calm. They pursue the one who plays games over the one who offers genuine connection. They invest in potential over reality, fantasy over substance. And then, usually years later, after they've been burned by the games they thought they wanted to play, they realize what they lost. They remember the woman who would have loved them authentically, supported them genuinely, and built something real with them. But by then, she's moved on. She's found someone who recognized her value when it mattered. The choice every man faces. So here's the real question. Are you the kind of man who can keep a high-value woman? Or are you the type who realizes her worth only after she's gone? Keeping a high-value woman requires becoming a high-value man. You can't expect excellence while offering mediocrity. You can't demand loyalty while being unreliable. You can't want a woman who knows her worth while being a man who doesn't know his own. It requires emotional maturity, consistent effort, and the courage to build something real instead of just playing games. It means being willing to grow, to be vulnerable, to show up even when it's difficult. Most men aren't ready for this level of relationship. They want the benefits without the responsibility, the love without the work, the prize without the pursuit. And that's exactly why high-value women remain rare and why the men who lose them spend the rest of their lives searching for someone who can measure up. The truth about second chances. Here's something most men don't understand. A high-value woman doesn't give second chances the way other women do. When she's done, she's done. She doesn't come back because you finally realized what you lost. She doesn't return because you've changed after she left. She moves forward and she doesn't look back. This isn't cruelty, it's wisdom. She's learned that people show you who they are the first time, and believing them saves you from future heartbreak. She's discovered that accepting someone back who didn't value you the first time often leads to the same disrespect in the future. The window of opportunity with a high-value woman is real, and it has an expiration date. Once that window closes, no amount of regret, pleading, or promises will reopen it. She's not interested in being your lesson. She's interested in being chosen by someone who already understands her worth. If you found this video eye-opening, make sure to like, subscribe, and share. And if you want to dive deeper into the secrets of psychology, relationships, and attraction, check out the other videos on this channel. Because once you start seeing the truth, you'll never look at love the same way again. Remember, high-value women are out there, but they're not waiting around for men to figure out their worth. We're living their lives, building their dreams, and choosing partners who recognize their value from day one. The question isn't whether you'll meet one. The question is whether you'll be ready when you do.